Hello, Aries. Welcome into Don Williams Tarot. I hope this message finds you well. I'm doing well, thank you. Today, I'm pulling cards for you for the week of August the 18th through the 24th, which is next week. I am recording this message on August the 16th. So, if it is a situation where you come across this message after this week, this message is for whenever you happen to come upon it. So it doesn't really have to fall in line with the dates indicated because it just means that that's where you are on your journey, on your path, right? So this reading is for sun, moon, and rising placements in the sign of Aries. If you have those placements, this message may be for you. Keep in mind that not all messages may resonate, as this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading. And if you're interested in doing a deep dive as to what's going on with you and your life, you are more than welcome to look at my details below in the description box for private reading. I do provide private readings, and you can go there to find my availability. Okay. So I'm going to pull these cards for the week of the 18th through the 24th. As I do this portion of your reading, I will be taking myself off camera so we can just focus on your cards. At the end of your reading, of your tarot portion of your reading, I'll bring myself back online, and I'm going to give you some messages from the Spirit Junkie Oracle deck, because I'm a spirit junkie, and a couple of cards from the Moonology deck as well. We do have a full moon coming up. It is a blue moon, and a blue moon is either when you have two full moons within a single month, or you have four moons in a season. So we have a blue moon coming on Monday. Now, I will say from the few astrologers that I do follow, this next week is going to be a really mixed bag of energies depending on how things flow in your personal chart. So be aware, just be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. We are still in Mercury retrograde. There is a big opportunity for miscommunication to happen during a Mercury retrograde. So keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, so let's get started on your reading. Okay. And I am splitting the deck. And we're going to get started with your cards. You start off with the moon card. Wow, Aries, that's big. That means there's a lot of mystery coming in for you this week. Okay, then we have the 10 of cups, 3 of cups. Ooh, wow. That high priestess energy. King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, so we don't have the Emperor, we don't have the Tower card, which does represent Aries energy. We have no Wands energy either. So this is going to be an interesting week for you, I feel, because we start off with that Moon card. Now, the Moon card is talking about things hidden. So it could be a situation where you're feeling as though you are really keeping things close to your chest, that you're not really divulging your thoughts or your feelings with other people at this time, or you're doing a lot of assessing, looking at things. Now, the other thing about that moon card is that this is about really trusting your intuition. And this card is right next to that high priestess. So it feels as though something's going to be coming in this week that is really going to require that you use your intuition, your discernment to move forward, whatever that means for you. This is also that card of having one foot in the spiritual realm, one foot in the physical realm, and you pulling down that information for yourself. But with that moon, it's really saying that you do have some hidden fears that you are having to face. This is also my card of death of the ego. So some of you may be doing some deep soul searching, going within yourself and realizing, healing some of those things, some traumas that might have happened in your past, whether it was past relationships, whether it was family issues, whether it was childhood issues, whether there was a sexual abuse, those types of things I feel are front and center. And I will say that for those of you that are doing that type of work, the reason why it's so important is because of those big 5 planets that are in retrograde. And so a lot of that is bringing up that Pluto energy, Saturn energy, Neptune energy, and those are so those Neptune and Saturn are, of course, our biggest planets. And when those do come into play, like I believe that this next week, we have some really interesting, crossings and I don't know, all the stuff in astrology. But you might want to look at that for yourself, Pisces, and find out how this is going to affect you. It is in the very center of your reading here. Now, the other thing about this moon is that this is asking you to, actions have to be taken even if you're coming from a fearful place. Like if you look at the card, I do have this scorpion who is in the water, of course, or this lobster, whatever this guy is. I think it's a lobster coming up out of the water. Now he's more comfortable in water than he is on land, yet he knows his journey down this path is going to lead him to success in those mountains back there. But he has to go past the dog and he has to go back past the coyote. So the dog is about loyalty, right? And truth and integrity. That coyote is the trickster. And he is about your basic animal instincts. You're going to have to be, pretty crafty to get past him. You have to go through the tower of death, right? The towers of death to get to that back place. Now, the other reason why I feel like this is such an important card for you is because of this full moon. And that full moon is coming up next week on the 19th. So keep that in mind that might be an important day for you. And as I'm looking at the week, it does feel as though your family life is in good space. Doesn't mean that every single thing is in harmony. It doesn't mean that you will not have challenges. But what it does say is that you are working together as a cohesive unit. There is a lot of happiness and joy here. So there may be some celebrating. But for me, this brings in a lot of happiness and joy and good feelings, right? I love this card for you. So maybe you'll be getting together with larger groups of your family, or maybe you're going to have a family barbecue, or maybe you're going to have a family weekend, something along those lines that are going to come in and just give you a refresh, just really build you up. Now, in your immediate past, you have that 3 of Cups there. The 3 of Cups for me is getting together with friends. This is my card of celebrations of some kind. There is a harvest. So some of you might have gotten together with your friends in your immediate past that you're bringing forward with that joy, right? So this could be friends of the past coming in, friends in your immediate past is what I'm saying. People that you consider family that you have gathered along your journey, right? And as you're progressing, you move into that King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles can represent a male, can be somebody who has money, somebody that has created their physical wealth, someone who is older, masculine energy, very down to earth person, very willing to open up their heart, their knowledge to you, right? Or this is that situation of really looking at finances and what can we do to secure our finances, right? So if it isn't a person, it is the situation of stepping into your knowledge about money, maybe deciding that you want to invest your money in something else. Maybe you want to go crypto. Maybe you want to do the metals. Maybe you want to, transition your 401k to something else. I keep seeing all of these different ads about, you can move your 401k from the stock market into gold or into silver or whatever you want to do. So this could represent somebody that you're speaking to that may be able to give you some insights about that. or this is you stepping into your own knowledge as to really concentrating and deciding, well, we need to do something now before, because we really don't know what our future holds. I do feel with this wheel of fortune that good fortune is coming to you. This wheel of fortune is definitely saying that whatever you've been going through, you're now going to be going into an up cycle. This is about changes. This is about fate. This is about destiny. It's a lucky break. These are your karmic lessons, and it's a turning point. And then you are going to be faced with some kind of a crossroads, or you're going to be looking at something that makes you think differently, or communicate differently. So with this too, this is this or that way thinking, right? So it's either left or right, or it's limited thinking is really what it is. And it's going to feel as though you've only got a few limited choices because you're not able to see the bigger picture yet. Now, she can put those swords down and take that blindfold off. She can get out of her situation quite comfortably, but she has to be willing to move forward. And I really do feel as this is a crossroads decision. You can go either right or left, or you can really look at it from a 40,000 foot view and look down on it from the greater picture if you have that capability to do that. Now, the other thing about twos is this is about choices and decisions. So I feel as though whatever it is going to bring in more clarity for you. And you will then, I think what I'm going to do for you here is I'm going to pull a couple more cards. So you're really looking towards your future. And that's kind of what this is. So you got that Two of Swords. Which way do I want to go? Right. And this guy is saying, well, you can either stay where you are, where it's safe and comfortable, or you can go out for the adventure. And he has actually been around the world. He does have a lot of experience here. He is here in a safe place making these decisions, but he's also got that world in his hand. And I feel like that's kind of what it's saying is that the world is your oyster. What is it that you want to create? What direction do you want to go? And he's looking at those things and making decisions. Do I want to stay where I'm at and have no further experience and just be comfortable? Or do I want to go out and see what's out there? And maybe it might be difficult. Maybe it will be amazing because you never know what you're going to run into, right? When you decide that you're going to go venture out into the world. So I do feel as though this is going to be a really good week for you. And I do feel as though whatever has been holding you back is now going to be past, right? That is coming to a definite end. And the other thing this card, this 10 of Swords does represent is feeling as though you've been stabbed in the back. I don't feel as though that is the energy of your reading, although that may hit home for a couple of you, as though you're doing all of this work, doing all this stuff, and there might be a situation where you're feeling as though somehow you were stabbed in the back. But at the same time, what I'm feeling in this reading is that you're actually putting those things behind you that aren't serving you any further, and that are and all those things that are kind of a burden or heavy towards you is ending. And the reason why also is because of that Wheel of Fortune. It feels as though your fortunes are changing for the better. So it looks really good. Absolutely good for you, Aries. As always, you guys always seem to shine. Okay, so now I am going to read your last couple of cards. I celebrate all the greatness in my life. So that's a very good positive affirmation. I am so happy and grateful. I get to celebrate all the greatness of my life, right? I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. Now, for me, this is a very deep and very profound message. I say this often, especially in my lives. that you can't control all of those things outside of you. That's kind of that Nine of Swords where it just kind of, you've got those thoughts that are just rolling around your head. But what you can do is you can change your reaction to them. I think that this is a big lesson for many, many people. So I hope that that resonates with you, Aries. And then it says, work through your fears, which is exactly what that moon card was talking about. Working through those fears, whatever they may be, they're going to be something different for everyone. And then confidence is your key to success. Now, this is my Leo card, and you are Aries, but you are fire. So I feel as though this can really speak to you as well, Aries, right? Even though you are a Ram. So that's what I've got for you, Aries. I hope you found some nuggets here that were helpful to you. If you made it this far, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, take very good care of you and enjoy your week. Cheers.